Back in October of 2018, we covered the horror classic from Takashi Miike, Audition. In that video, we talked about the production and legacy of the film and our personal interpretations of the project. Beginning today, our American viewers will be able to go even deeper than we went while researching that episode with the new Blu-ray release of the film from Arrow Video.
In 2009, Shout Factory released the film on Blu-ray in the US with several new interviews, all of which make it onto Arrow's re-release. These included talks with stars Ryo Ishibashi and Eihi Shina, as well as supporting actors Renji Ishibashi and the late great Dad of Light himself, Ren Osugi. 7 years later, in 2016, Arrow's UK branch released Audition, this time including several new special features, which have also made it onto this new American version.
For starters, we get a new interview with Takashi Miike about the creation and legacy of Audition. This talk, spanning a half hour, covers a multitude of topics. Miike discusses the supposed potential connection between his version of Audition and Tokyo Decadence, one of the films directed by Audition's author, Ryu Murakami. He also explores grappling with his hometown intentions for Audition compared to the international success the film garnered. In his mind, he did not foresee anyone outside of Japan understanding or empathizing with Aoyama, the protagonist of the film. However, he was stunned to find that Aoyama's struggles and aspirations resonated more than perhaps any of Miike's other leads. Lastly, Miike goes into his philosophy as a director, not just with Audition, but in general. It's fascinating to hear such a well-respected director describe himself as something of a conduit of ideas or a curator of stories, rather than a director. Miike says he basically allows himself to conform to each project's needs, rather than crafting them to fit his wants or style.
Next up, Arrow regular and expert on all things Miike, Tom Mess, provides a feature-length commentary on the film. This isn't the first time that Mess has recorded his thoughts on the production, legacy, and meanings behind a Miike film for the distributor. For anyone looking to go deeper on Audition with the man who has perhaps studied Miike more than anyone else alive, this will be a must-listen.
On that same note, there's also a commentary track featuring Takashi Miike and Daisuke Tengan, the film's screenwriter. This commentary track is another holdover from Shout's earlier version of the film, which allows us some insight into the process of the film's creation. What's more, Miike and Tengan provide some humorous anecdotes along the way, which offers some levity in the face of such a heavy film.
Lastly, another common contributor to Arrow, the film historian Tony Raines, comes through with a more than half-hour-long appraisal of Audition. As with several of the other extras here, Raines goes over the background and legacy of the film. What sets Raines' portion apart is that he relates anecdotes from the front lines, so to speak, given that he did some work as a translator for Miike during his meteoric rise on the international film circuit. Raines is also unafraid to take on the themes of the film, explaining from his point of view why Audition has crept under the skin of so many audience members and stayed in our minds 20 years later.
This comprehensive collection of interviews and stories makes Arrow's new release of Audition the definitive American edition of the film. It proves that we can learn as much as we might like about the film, but as Tony Raines explains, there's a subtle ambiguity to it that keeps us from entirely understanding its purpose or meaning. Audition is the type of mystery that we'll likely keep trying to solve for years to come, and with several hours of new material here with which to equip ourselves, Arrow ensures that we're not going in blind. Whether you haven't seen Audition yet, or it's your favorite film in the world, this release of the film is certainly the one to go with. Check out Audition from Arrow and let us know what you think about it in the comments below.